This is Politics Today. Hapa Science TV, hapa tunachapa siasa. My name is Jonah Simba na niko na Nicolas Soyo, Secretary General Free Kenya Movement. Secretary General Free Kenya Movement. Our sign language interpreter is Tobias Omondi. Hey, Nicholas.
Yes.
Tunaanzanga na high five. Tuanze tena. Should we do it?
Yeah, high five, great. Jonah. Yeah.
Kenya sports.
Wow.
Tuanzie wapi?
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting how sports unites us as Kenyans.
Yeah, it's interesting. Sports is a major issue.
Right.
I'll tell you one story that about sports that happened. There was war between of course, the First World War between Russia. This was Germany and England.
Right.
And there was some celebration of Christmas. And then somebody from the side, they were in the trenches, and somebody from the other side started singing Christmas songs. And this other side also, they started singing, and people came out and actually played, exchanged cigarettes and played football together. That was one of the first matches that basically there's a ball like that is retained in museums because football can unify even warring parties. And after that match, the fight went on, and so now you see.
All right.
So football is a unifier. It can actually cut all the kinds of boundaries.
Wow.
That was First World War, Germany versus England.
Yeah, and we had people in Germany, actually in Berlin, speaking of unity and oneness. Did you see that? When Eliud Kipchoge did it for the 5th time. By the way, that's a record.
That's our evergreen...
Berlin Marathon has never been won by one person 5 times.
Jonah, sports is a major issue in this country.
Right.
You've seen our evergreen Eliud Kipchoge doing it again. That's the 5th time he's done it. Eliud has broken records all over.
Right.
And that was another... He didn't get the record this time, but he won the Berlin Marathon 5th time.
5 times. Yes,
and the person who followed him also was a Kenyan. I don't remember the name, but I think he was also a Kenyan.
Yes.
Who basically is just starting now. So we already have the generation that is being transferred to.
And the women, the number 2 was Kenyan. The number 1 went to Ethiopian.
Yeah, again, we have Kenya has been strong in this field.
Right.
And Jonah, we have to congratulate Eliud Kipchoge and every other Kenyan who participated and did this. It's a major issue in this country that we can always, even when we have all the politics that is up and down, we always get it right with the sports sometimes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, management, we need to ask questions. But this is not a sports program.
Yes.
They will ask it in the sports program.
It's interesting. We had so many Kenyans in Berlin, and I remember the ambassador Tom Omolo, talking, and people were so excited and proud to be Kenyan.
Yeah, it makes you proud when you hear that a Kenyan is winning. We have had our songs sung in so many places that people did not imagine that there was a country called Kenya just because of athletes. I'd really would love to have a situation where we have a section of our Kenyan ambassadorial roles being given to some of these people.
Yeah. Because
they actually perform to bring people to this country and to give us a hearing around the world and to raise our flag up high.
I was a bit keen. I saw the ambassador, Tom Omolo, speaking. Ordinarily, we could have been having the CS Alfred Mutua talking. Does this mean that now our CSs have listened to the call of not traveling? They used to travel to everything.
Yeah, I don't know.
Until the president said those roles should be delegated to ambassadors.
Yeah, I hope it is the delegation that has happened. That will be very lovely.
Yeah, definitely. That would have been who talking? It would have been Ababu Namwamba.
Yeah, it would have been Ababu Namwamba talking from Berlin, having traveled there.
Yeah.
And even potentially,
Alfred
Ababu
Mutua.
Namwamba, Alfred Mutua too should have been, because
one
there's also
talking.
the issues there.
Yeah.
But the question that begins to work out is that even government has begun to feel that its weight is too much, and it needs to start cutting weight to size. And I think it is time that this needs to happen. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. By the way, are we sure if they didn't travel? There's no way they could travel and not be the ones to communicate.
Yeah,
So chances are high they
don't
didn't
think
travel.
they traveled. I hope they didn't.
And when they travel, they don't go alone. They go with a whole delegation, right?
Jonah, that is the question. I don't know. We don't have those people in government who can say that I'm going on my own accord. I'm using my own finances. I like sports and I want to go there to support our people.
It's
They
very
use public funds all the time.
And there's
this
a
is
quote that is
amazing.
normally used: "Joyriders."
Yeah, it's.
You heard that name?
Yeah, of course.
That
of
quote
course,
during, and it happened during the World Cup. Remember?
Yeah,
there were
yeah,
so
yeah,
many
yeah.
joyriders, quote
yeah,
unquote.
and everybody wants to go and say that I was there and put pictures on social media to show us they were there and
At the expense of the
yeah,
taxpayers.
and selfies. Really, we really have to get to a point, Jonah, that we begin to ask questions. And in fact, Jonah, me, if you ask me,
Right.
and some of us are pushing for changes in the referendum to ensure that every person who does work for this country and goes out files a report in the National Assembly.
Now that tells me that definitely this dialogue, Manenos, the bipartisan, is gearing us towards the elections. But maybe before we get there, the women's team.
Wow, Jonah,
Hey!
we could not forget the women's team
The
having
soccer.
beaten Cameroon.
Cameroon
The
for the World
mighty,
Cup qualifier.
Indomitable Lionesses.
Indomitable lions.
Lionesses, yeah.
Yes.
The Lionesses were shown that the stars can twinkle more than the Lionesses.
But there's a return game, eh?
No,
We
we are finished with the Cameroonians. We've knocked them out. We are waiting for Botswana. That's the next team that you're facing.
Yeah.
Jonah, the women have done proud.
It's interesting
A lot
the
of
talent
Kenyans
we
have
have.
said that
Yes.
the women are going to go to the World Cup before the Harambee Stars, the
Men,
the men team. Yeah, it looks like that, Jonah. They are doing well. The fact that they are going as far as they are moving. They are going to qualify for AFRICON. Kenya is going to qualify for AFRICON on 2027 men's football because of hosting. And not kicking the ball.
By the way,
Yeah.
there
but,
is a joint hosting, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania. They have won the bid for 2027.
Yeah, we have to say kudos to the team that pursued this. William Ruto, the president.
Right.
And of course, Ababu Namwamba. That one we have to say, give credit where due. It is important that Kenya also comes back to the fold in football.
Yeah.
But then we are co-hosting with Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means in terms of the relationships that we've had. I hope that it's going to strengthen that also.
Right.
I don't want us to be exposed to having stadiums that are under standard.
Especially if
so
we
I'm
are
hoping-
privileged to be given the ones to host the major
final.
final.
We seem to be the people who are going to host the final.
Yes.
But then, Jonah, we have been looking at stadiums, some of us, and we are really behind some of those stadiums in Tanzania and Uganda. We really need to pull our socks very quickly.
Oh, you mean Tanzania and Uganda have better stadium?
Nakavumbu Stadium, Jonah, if you see Nakavumbu Stadium in Uganda, it's a serious stadium. They've done a lot of work in it. Even the stadiums in Tanzania are doing very well. I think we need to work very hard on ensuring that facilities come up to the standard that they should be.
Right.
Yeah.
What other issues? Sanitation in the city, is that a major issue? Hotels in the city,
All
security.
those things: hotel, security, sanitation, ensuring that business is ready, because you saw the other thing that comes when these people come in, they also buy things.
Yeah.
We have to prepare our things. Transport is going to be a major issue.
Yes.
I don't know if we will be ready with the kind of systems we have. I hope that the Governor Nairobi can look at it and see if we can work out something. And again, Jonah, it doesn't have to be Nairobi only. It can. I hope it can also be done in other cities. I hope that the hosting can be done in a few stadiums across the country,
Okay.
so that we get to have a sample of the country.
We
not
used to
just
have a
Nairobi.
very good stadium in Mumias. You remember?
Yeah, Mumias was a major stadium.
Mumias Complex. One
Mumias
of the best
Complex was
stadium.
one of the best stadiums.
Right now we have the
Ulinzi
barrack
Stadium,
stadiums in here
Ulinzi
in
Stadium
Langata.
in Langata Barracks is a serious stadium.
Yeah.
But it's an Ulinzi facility. I don't know if they can allow us to go in the barracks.
Right.
Yeah, it's really something that we need to see if the facilities can come up, John.
Right. Is this pressure? Because why put it at 2027? You know, someone could even imagine it's by design.
John,
Because 2027
I
puts
saw-
pressure on the administration to ensure there is peace.
Yeah.
Because that's an election year, and the way we know ourselves, elections years are normally years of a lot of politics.
Yeah, John, a joke was running around the social media saying that it is in 2027 so that we can call back Chebukati and IBC. And so we make sure that we win the trophy one way or the other. It's very
Ouch.
unfortunate Kenyans can make jokes in this country. But really, John,
Right.
you are right. The question of the pressures that are going to be there in terms of the elections.
Yeah.
Elections in Kenya, the year of elections becomes almost a cut-off year. And you don't have a lot of going on. And also the year that you do elections, the first and the last years of the 5-year term becomes a problem. But then I think the sports facility, the sports event going that time
Right.
also makes a lot of opportunity for us if we organize ourselves well. It
Right.
gives us something to do in that year, so that we don't only concentrate on the politics, and we can also concentrate on preparing ourselves to go to these stadiums and
Right.
to see our team beating other teams in the rest of Africa.
Definitely, that's a pressure for peace.
Let's hope there's going to be organization to ensure that there's no problem in terms
Yeah.
of our peacefulness, so that these events can continue.
Yeah.
In fact, John,
Yeah.
our co-host may argue against us hosting the final for that reason,
Which
but-
is a disadvantage.
Yeah,
if
but
they
I
do.
think
Yes.
we are good to go and make sure this happens. We don't have to be afraid of having these events at the same time, having things happening in 2027.
You see, the way we normally cry for justice and fairness in politics, I hope it doesn't work. You remember the day we played, was it with Egypt or Morocco? And
Yeah.
Moi was there, and
It
it
was
switched
Egypt.
off the light.
No, it was Malawi.
yeah.
That was Malawi.
They switched off the light. By the time it was on,
let's-
the ball was.
Let's not say it was switch off. Let's say that there
It
was
went off.
KPLC.
No. There can't be coincidence when
Jonah,
Kenya is shooting
I remember
and the
very
goal
well.
was counted.
No,
it was not.
No, it was counted. It was not counted. What happened? The game started,
Yes.
and the Malawians were really running circles around